Hi there, Dale here with a 10-minute tour of Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse helps manufacturers and their customers accurately enter orders and provides production time tracking throughout the entire production process. Whether you sell ready-to-ship products or more complicated built-to-order products with many options, Wheelhouse can reduce your team's workload and even allow your dealers or distributors to enter their own orders without mistakes. Let's get started with the tour. To demonstrate how easy it is for dealers to enter their own orders, even for a complicated product, I've logged in as a dealer. The dashboard provides us with some up-to-the-minute information including our dealership's month-to-date quote and sale volume. I'll click on the Create Quote button to begin the process. Next, let's add an item to our quote. As a dealer or distributor, I'm familiar with this manufacturer's products, so I can quickly search for the product that I want, configure it if needed, and add it to my quote. In this case, I'm looking for a mountain bike, so I'll search mountain bike. Perfect. Let's add this item to our order. Since this bike has some options, a configurator will open. Wheelhouse captures the knowledge from your product team so that everyone, including your customers, can be a product expert. Training is reduced or eliminated. Your customer service team and customers will be able to enter orders with confidence, knowing that their pricing is correct and that the configuration can actually be created when it goes to production. In our current example, where I'm logged in as a dealer for this bike, the configurator will walk me through the process of selecting from the options that work together. The configurator has some default selections. For example, the default is frame size 4. For this configurator, we'll answer a couple of questions about our product application that ensure we get the right configuration. I happen to know that our dealership is setting this bike up for someone with a 36-inch leg length who plans to use it for street and light mountain use. Notice that when I select the 36-inch leg length, the frame selection switched to frame size 5. That's the recommended frame size based on this leg length. Next, let's select from the available shocks and forks. You'll notice that I'm only allowed to select one of each, and that if I don't pick one of the options, the configurator shows an error. Great! I've made the selections that I want to make in this category. Let's go to the next. Pedals. I'd like the red version of this pedal in the middle. The default derailleur looks good. I'll pick the rainbow cassette, the default chain. To move along quickly, I'll just go with the default options for the rest of the items and jump down to the accessories category. In this case, the first 3 accessories are all bags that occupy some space on the handlebar. When I select the first one, the third one is no longer an option, so it disappears. If I select the second along with the first, we see a message that they are mounted in the same location, but this doesn't prevent me from including them both on the order. However, as a dealer, I didn't realize they were mounted in the same location, found this message helpful, so I've deselected the first option. Now let's go to the review section where we can see all of the options we've selected. Looks good. I'll click Save and Close to exit this configuration and go back to my quote. I'm going to add one other item to the order. I need 20 water bottle cages to put on my display shelf. Since this is a simple non-configured item, it drops directly onto my order and I'll simply adjust the quantity. Now let's take a look at the quote that we've generated with just a few clicks. We'll print it as a PDF on the screen. There are a lot of items here, and I'm glad that I didn't have to manually enter them all. The quotation looks good to me, and I'm ready to proceed with the order. I have a purchase order file that I'd like to attach to this for my records. Switching to the Files tab, I drag and drop the purchase order onto the quote. I could also attach photos or any other helpful information. Now I'm ready to convert this quote into an order. I'll select Convert to Sale from the drop-down menu, add my purchase order number, and click Convert. When the conversion is complete, I receive a confirmation that the conversion was successful. Now we'll take off our dealer hat by logging out, and we'll log back in as an employee at the manufacturer so we can see how this looks from their perspective. I've logged in as a customer service team member at the manufacturer. You'll notice that there are many more options on the left menu, as well as more information on the dashboard. Please keep in mind that everything we've done up to this point could have also been handled by our manufacturing customer service team just as easily as it was handled by our customer. Let's take a look at our order management system. At the top of the list is the order that we just received from our dealer, Acme. I'll take a quick look at it. Oh, I see they've attached their PO. That's great and saves me a phone call. Now, we'll put this order into production. We'll click on the left menu link to open the job scheduler. The job scheduler is used to create jobs and work orders from sales and add them to the schedule. Here, under the Jobs dropdown, we'll find any new orders that need to be processed. There is a new order from Acme for 2 items that just came in a few minutes ago. Let's create the job and generate the work orders to route the orders through production. We'll generate a work order for each line item on this sale. The first line is the bike, which will use the bike routing. The second line is the 20 water bottle holders, which will use the simple pick ship routing. After picking the routings and clicking OK, we see a confirmation that 2 new work orders were generated. I'll click on the calendar to schedule each of the work orders to start today. Let's open the bike work order and take a look at the routing that was generated. This order will flow from the warehouse for kitting to fabrication for the frame build and then to assembly, accessories, and packaging. The standard times for each step are pulled from the labor routing templates that were copied into this work order. Some steps may be automatically added or omitted based on which items are on the order. We can further customize this routing, adding or removing steps as needed. Everything looks good, so I'll exit this work order. A quick look at the other work order confirms that it is a 1-step routing. I don't need to make any changes. Now we'll virtually step out onto the production floor to see what this looks like from production's perspective. I'll go to the left menu and open Shop Work. I'm now logged in as someone who typically works in the warehouse, so my Shop Work interface opened to show the Warehouse Work Center. As a production team member, I can see the order that just came in and that it is my next priority. I'll start work on this order by clicking the play button. Discrete times are tracked throughout the production process, including lead time, operation cycle times, and queue time. In this drop-down list, I can see the next steps in the routing that can't start until the one that I'm working on is completed. Now I'll click the check mark to complete this step and allow the next work center to get started on the work order. A priority can be set on the overall work order or at a specific work center, so the team always knows what to do next. For clarity on this short tour, I've only got a couple of orders in production. I'll speed up the process of these next operations. Now the work order is finished and shipped, so we can proceed with invoicing. I'm putting on a different hat so that we can create an invoice. From the order management screen on the Sales tab, I just go to the sale that I want to invoice and select Create Invoice. The invoice is created. I can email the invoice from Wheelhouse to my customer, and it will also show up in their customer panel depending on our setup. Wheelhouse may be integrated with QuickBooks Online for customers and invoices with just a few clicks. So that wraps up our short tour of Wheelhouse. If you'd like to learn more about Wheelhouse's many capabilities and customizations, please reach out to us. Visit wheelhousemfg.com, where you'll find links to schedule a virtual coffee or personalized demonstration with someone from our team. We look forward to working with you.